Brad Owen loses his cool, blasting off a manifesto. Nicky Limbo plays the worst hand of poker probably literally I've ever seen, and XWPT ambassadors spill the tea involving Ren Lin. These stories and a little bit of more on today on...
You're a champion.
Hi, I'm Ryan Depaulo, and this is the Degen Debrief. Excuse the old guy smell. I'm in Florida visiting my father, and probably your mother too. Let's get to the story. Let's see, our top story tonight. Oh yeah, a brand new sickest poker site of all time is CoinPoker launched a brand new client. Use the sign-up code RDP. They're giving you 100% rake back all of March, and then they're giving me $10,000 a month to give away to you guys for the code RDP people, because enough of you have signed up every month until I get fired. Congratulations to the 7 of you. You've all been emailed. And February's 3K bankroll boost winner is D-Neg's Booger Eater. You've been Pete already. Our first story tonight, we have an update on that viral footage from last week that seemingly showed a dealer straight up fake dealing, seemingly not cutting at all and dealing out of a rigged deck. Poker News has obtained a little more security footage that has provided more context to the situation. In the footage, the dealer, known as Mo, short for homo, seems to take a deck out of play off the table. Then, living up to his name, he goes and meets a man, Marco Estrada, outside the bathroom, and the two men walk in together. Now, obviously, many are speculating that more than just cum was swapped once inside the bathroom, and that the deck that Mo took off the table in play was swapped with one that Estrada had pre-rigged. And then he clearly, as you see in the footage, does not at all shuffle, does not cut, and then he proceeds to deal out a massive cooler in which Estrada is the beneficiary. Fun fact, the term cooler is actually from a rigged deck, that the cards are colder than a deck that's been in play. That's actually a true fact, so you learn stuff here. Now, some fucking snitches had said apparently Estrada, the player in the game, not the dealer who was in on the shenanigans allegedly, had been playing for hours and, quote, waited for everyone to get drunk and tired before pulling this move. The same source told Poker News buy-ins for the game could get as high as $20K, allegedly. And I know scummery isn't buy-in size dependent. However, these are pretty large sums of money these guys are stealing, allegedly. You know what? How about this? Fuck you, Estrada and Man Bun Mo. That's not allegedly, right? You stealing. Now, always aiming for accuracy here on the show, we want to make clear this game was private, and while it did take place at a club, it's a kind of weird thing that happens in Texas. So the game only took place at Rivers Poker Club, not run by them. So, if I slandered you guys at all, Rivers Poker Club, I take back everything I said, except your website still fucking looks like it was made in Minecraft. Not taking that back. Now, turning the douche meter down from a 10 to a 3. Phil Hellmuth Jr. was in the news again last week, appearing on another really popular stream. But this time it was off the felt. Phil appeared on Raisin Boy's stream, a Taiwanese IRL streamer associated with Kai Sanat. Streams are so fucking gay, dude. Now, while some of Ray's 2.7 million followers were on the edge of their seat watching him get coffee, is that what these guys do? Wild Phil Hellmuth appears.
Damn, you tall as fuck.
Good to know Phil Hellmuth changes his outfit at least once a year for the main event entrance. That sweatsuit probably fucking stinks of bad beat tears and positivity. But not getting recognized on the stream was just a beginning for Hellmuth this week. Now, just how Alex Honnold's brain doesn't have the correct fear center size, apparently, I think Phil Hellmuth has that with embarrassment. Because just a few days later, after not being recognized on stream, he tweeted this.
Cigar at some point with one of my founders, but look at this.
What was great about that, you folks, you saw me fall, and I really could have hurt myself, but I didn't.
That's classic Hellmuth, am I right? Thinking he has an edge, but still ending up in a hedge. Now, poker's golden boy, Brad Owen, tweeted out a 17-page manifesto on Twitter last week. Now, Brad kind of jumps all over the place, just commenting on the state of poker, but he goes from talking about how he hates YouTube Shorts, agree, AI voiceovers, agree, and some of the lodge sponsors. I don't know. He said a bunch of other shit I agree and disagree with, but here's the meatiest quote. It actually hurts me to see top-level players like Jeremy Osmus, Seth Davies, and even Chidwick, to some extent, make poker content on YouTube/Twitter/Instagram. Nearly all of the poker content, especially from these guys, is objectively good for poker, but vlogs used to be something that most top guys shit all over, and now we're seeing them with stands and cameras at the table because the major poker companies don't give the best players ambassador rules anymore. And what he means is they're just doing it cynically, and it's kind of sad to see, because all these regs used to fucking shit on on us and hate it and be so inconvenienced even though we're growing the fucking game. And now they want to come in because they see that's where money's at. But we, and I know Brad for a fact loves content, and people like I just backed into it. We did it because we loved it, and then it turned out to be lucrative. So it's weird to see these guys doing cynically while it's good for the game. Brad also talked about how he thinks Andrew Neeme should be in the Hall of Fame, and it is so fucking clearly true. I cannot agree more. He revolutionized the game, and Brad mentions this with the way vlogs happen, meetup games. He changed the whole industry. Neeme needs to be in the Hall of Fame. There is no debate. Nobody has changed the game more in the last 10 years than Andrew Neeme. Get him in. Now, the part I most relate to in his tweet is when he says he's in a massive downswing and he wishes it could go back to when he first started vlogging and he was crushing and winning. And also when he talked about code RDP CoinPoker, use the code RDP, please. When you make your account, you gotta put in code RDP. Many of Brad's fans were appalled and disgusted that he had opinions of his own other than, I think I missed the third street of value there. Next time in that situation, I'll note this player down and go for 3 streets and bet the river jiggities. Brad ended the tweet declaring there's a bomb under the Venetian poker room and they have 24 hours to disarm it. David Lappin and Dara O'Kearney, the 2 Irish poker professionals who host the Chip Race podcast, broke their silence and spilled the tea on leaving WPT Global last January. They basically implied that the signing of Ren Lin was at the basis of their split up with WPT. Now, back in December, you may remember, Ren was caught ghosting a friend in the 10K GG Millions. He was live on a tournament, and then Break got caught ghosting a dude who went on to win. Ren was then caught and said, oh, sorry, and everybody likes him, so they forgave him. He got slapped on the wrist by the community. Nobody really gave a fuck. And now these guys on the podcast made a really good point. It's like, we're giving him the benefit of the doubt as if he came forward. He didn't come forward. He got caught and then admitted it. And everyone's like, oh, he's nice, he's good for poker. Yeah, but he still fucking cheated. Then once they signed Ren Lin, WPT came to these guys and said, well, we here see at WPT that Ren says he's only going to cheat that one time. And being a Chinaman, they gamble quite a bit, these stats say. So, guys, there's not many people in Ireland. You're not getting enough signups. We're going to go with Ren regardless of what he does, but he's not doing anything wrong. Anyway, after Ren Lin was signed, Club Penguin got a little bit spicy, sending out the words ban. I don't give a fuck about this drama. Who cares? Whatever. Seems a little crazy over chaotic there at WPT though. If only there was a sick, amazing site that Americans could play on with amazing prize pools and a sick iOS app. CoinPoker just launched their new fucking software, you guys. It's so sick. Please use the code RDP. It's actually so fun. I'm playing a tournament right now, re-entering a tournament right now while recording this. Rampage Poker added another to his list of retarded punts this week, spending $340,000 on a Pokemon card. And I'm so angry that I want to die with jealousy and bitter hatred. You see, back in 2022, Rampage and I were the same size. I was bigger even. But through his hard work and dedication and my degeneracy and lack of sexy Asianness, he can afford $340,000 to spend on a Pokemon card. This fucking cocksucker. Happy for him. God bless. God bless. Good for you, Rampage. Not jealous at all. God bless. Apparently, he bought the Gold Star Rayquaza, and in this really short 636-word tweet explains that he bought the card, not to sell, but to keep in his personal collection because he loves the way it brings out his inner child. Bro, I promise you, spending 4 times the average American salary on a fucking card isn't the healthiest way to bring out your inner child. Go play in a fucking sandbox, get a therapist, and give the money to fucking Africa. And if you're really that racist, it can be South Africa. I'm okay with that. No business on a fucking Pokemon card. Rapper Hoodie Allen, comedian Sam J, and Nikki Limo headlined WPT Wildcard Cash Game stream at Venetian this week. Now, how this game works was before every hand they roll a die, and they decide how many cards from the bottom of the wild card deck they pick. It's basically like if you roll a 10, every player has 10 seconds left to act. If you pull a jack, you have to jack off the guy next to you at the table. Shit like that. So for this specific hand, they drew a 9, which made the game one of my favorite formats, Indian Poker, also known as Liar's Poker, but that's a very redundant name. Of course I lied, Phil, it's poker. But let's dive into this Indian Poker hand. In this week's... No, we're fucking done, dude. No, get the fuck out of here. Call the breakdown. This is serious.
This is the Degen hand breakdown.
So for those of you who don't know, Indian poker is when you stick your hand to your forehead and everyone else at the table can see your hand except you. It's like the reverse of the information you have in normal games. I love this format because it creates really, seriously, lots of interesting situations. I tilted Moneymaker by talking multi-way and a hand in this in Bahamas, but It's a really interesting variant, and the best part is you can cheat in Chief God mode so easily by simply finding a reflective surface and finding out 2 cards. With blinds at $5, $10, no extra guacamole, just regular shit. Action opens with Blocky getting trolled / peer pressured into opening for $20 with the 7 deuce.
You should definitely play this hand, because it'd be fun if you want.
Yeah.
A lot of people play that hand.
We'll throw 20 down.
Justin Young, most accomplished player at the table at 7 million in live earning calls. Now Nikki sees all the dead money in the pot and how bad everyone else's hand is and decides to raise it to 150. Now Hoodie Allen cold calls with Queen 7 off from the big blind because he also sees how bad everyone else's hand is. Justin folds and he does his best Mr. Bill impression after seeing a somewhat playable hand.
Fold.
I have a really... Okay. No!
Tyler talks himself into calling from the button. And again, this should be another red flag to Nikki in this hand, as she should be really scared when somebody looks directly at her cards and then decides to make the call. But we proceed. 3 gates to the flop, and it comes Queen 8-5 with 2 hearts. Nikki then pretends it's a regular hand of Hold'em and leads $200 into the 690.
I'm gonna go 200.
Yeah, it's tough.
Weird to see bet 30% into a 3-way pot representing strength when the others can see your fucking cards. Hoodie snaps, and the commentators add this.
Hoodie just knows where he's at.
No, ma'am, Hoodie doesn't know where he's at, but he can see what Nikki has. If you get the player as 10 high and bets 30%, you're calling. Tyler folds, and we go to the turn, which pairs a 5. Nikki goes for the double barrel and bets half pot, really not taking the hint that she has shit cards. Hoodie then raises,
On.
putting her all in. Now, this has got to be the end of the hand, right, Nikki? You know, no one's trying this bluff. You know, you can see he has top pair. You know, you can see your fucking cards. No?
I think I'm gonna call.
Oh no.
What the fuck, yo? To make it worse, she starts calling for a jack, being silly when she knows she's dead.
Jack. What's
What?
your choice?
And no.
Oh, top.
All right. Top it up.
Obviously, Nikki was trying to put on a show, being on a stream game and being a content creator. You are actually funny, but you're a fucking retard with that hand, bro. What was that shit, yo? What was that, Nikki? But somehow this call was not the most embarrassing part of the stream.
Oh, this game was bananas. Ain't nobody showing up in their pajamas.
Yeah, I'll show them exactly how it's done.
Wait. There was a poker show with corny white rappers rapping and I wasn't invited? I fucking invented that format. Yo, they call me Degen. I got no friends, I'm just pretend. I got no tens. Pre what? Got a prenup, got pre-cum on your pre-slut. I got pre-teens, nowhere near me, cause I'm not creepy. Y'all don't fear me. Our next story.
It's the Trooper.
I didn't know you came to Florida.
This is CoinPoker's code RDP Trooper moment.
Well, if the early bird catches the worm, then I ought to find a whole nest of worms. It's 3 o'clock in the damn morning, y'all.
Trooper After Dark. This is exciting. I'm ready for some classic Trooper slots. He's got a lot better about just showing us the sick action of 1 cent denoms and not doing some weird rants.
You know, I see a lot of comments on the videos here. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't like what I'm doing.
Oh no, Troop, no, you've been doing so good. Don't read the comments.
Not because they disagree with the actions themselves or the trade itself.
Wait, did he just call playing slots trades? We've lost him, folks. We've lost him. The old Trooper, he's dead. And he was murdered by this slot troll. I guess spinning slots is kind of a trade. You know, on one hand, you have time and respect and family and connections with people. And you trade that all for flashing lights. Makes sense.
What are you doing wasting your life watching me and commenting about me? What does that say about your life? So there are people that say, oh, what a sad, like it's some sort of sad existence.
Me and Troop do finally agree on something, though. The only thing sadder than being Troop is watching Troop.
Make the booty bounce on the dance floor.
Now, he doesn't deserve any applause. He called with King Jack.